Hello and welcome to a special edition of the Angus Report from the National Western Stock Show in Denver, Colorado. I'm your host, Clint Mefford. Breeders have traveled far and wide to the Mile High City, and on this special episode of the Angus Report, we followed one of the most storied families in the Angus business, the Krebs family. Join us as we take a closer look. This is the Angus Report.
I'm Dan Green here at the National Western Club on the Denver Stock Show grounds in 2019. With me today are ELDON and Louisa Krebs of Gordon, Nebraska. Of course, proprietors of the Krebs Ranch and generous donors of the foundation heifer to be sold at the National Angus Sale here in Denver this year.
Well, we back up to the foundation female. We're honored, all of us at the ranch. The Angus cow has been our total livelihood. And for as much as the Angus business has done for us, we're really excited about donating a female. I think she's a foundation female, plus being the foundation heifer for the year. And it gives us great privilege to be able to do that.
How have you seen the changes in the evolution of the Angus breed and its position in Denver?
You know, in my younger years coming out here, I was in awe with the big strings of Hereford cattle, the people that represented them, the owners of it, and it was just astonishing how good and big the strings would be. My father was a very staunch Hereford guy, and this was his highlight of the year. And we'd have family discussions when we walked around. I says, now these black cattle are going to get pretty popular. And he would just shrug his shoulders and shake his head at me. Of course, I do that with my children. But as the show progressed out here, you could see the Angus cattle on a movement and the right kind of cattle. You know, and as the show progressed out here, the Angus cattle got stronger and stronger because of the genetics, the association involved, done a masterful job of promoting the breed out here. The Krebs Ranch has been involved one way or the other of showing carloads and pins since 1979. And a few years ago, they had a ceremony here honoring some of us old devils down there anymore, the older exhibitors. And we were very fortunate to have won the most champions in the yards in the Angus division since that time.
Coming out here and have you take care of your children, and I'm sure they came from the time they were virtually born forward. How's it been taking care of them and raising them up in Denver?
It's been an up and down, but I've a lot of great memories here. Ty had a reserve grand champion steer in the junior show on a straight bred Angus, which is pretty unheard of, and so that's some big memory. The kids were both involved in the junior shows here. One time, Cammie, we lost her when she was 5, and she had wandered in the old days across the interstate to the Coliseum and was with the Budweiser Clydales helping them groom their horses. So it's just always been a family experience by and large, just to see everybody work together, and just, you know, if there's a great accomplishment, we're all happy.
Well, thank you very much, ELDON and Louisa, for coming and talking to us today, sharing. We'll be sharing on, of course, Angus TV nationwide, RFD TV, and we're just thrilled you took the time to come and be with us here at the National Western Club.
We're in the yards as exhibitors arrived to check in their cattle, and we caught up with the Krebs crew as they gave us a preview for their schedule this week.
Yeah, we're down here in the yards in our Angus pen. We just got done checking in. This morning everything went smooth, and them guys run it really smooth and quick. In fact, sometimes quick enough we can't get the cattle there fast enough for them guys. It's kind of my dad's tradition, bring a carload. So we brought the carload, brought 10 bulls there and an alternate. Also brought a pen of March bulls and a pen of fall yearling bulls. Then I'm proud to have the foundation heifer this year. Been an honor to do that. Then my kids, they brought a couple pens of Herefords and some on the hill. So I'm kind of trying to be 3 places at once, but it kind of paces itself out. Like today, we got to check everything in, start getting everything smoothed up, clipping today, tomorrow, and we'll get ready for Saturday down here. We'll be ready on Wednesday for the heifer. The next couple days, we're just kind of displaying the bulls and clipping, smoothing everything up. And now that we're checked in and kind of settled in, everybody's getting in rhythm now. Got guys that I can be 3 places at once, and I can walk away from the Angus pen here for a minute and go look at something or somebody else's cattle, and I know the work's getting done. They kind of know what I expect each day, and they've been here enough. They know what needs done if I'm not here, and I've been very fortunate to have good people, and you're only as good as the people you're surrounded by.
So I've worked for people in Denver for the past 1 or 2 years, and basically just worked for Angus people. And this year I was looking for a different job, and I was calling everyone I could think of. I'd never even met Krebs before, but one of my good friends recommended that I give Ty a call, and so I actually left him a message on his voicemail. He happened to call me back about a week later and surprised me. For a while I didn't think that I was going to get a job in Denver at all, but I ended up getting one with him after he called me back, and was really happy about that. We wake up at about 5:30, just like on a normal day, get to the yards at around 7, and then we have all of our calves out in tie-outs and in night pens and stuff, so we go and feed them. That probably takes about 30 minutes or so, and then we'll take them in and exercise them if we need to. We just kind of decide what cows we want to bring down and work first, and we have a Hereford pen as well, so I mostly stick in the Angus pen, and so then we when they get done eating, we drive them down through the yards, which is really cool. There's just a lot of history in the yards, and it's almost like the old times where they would drive cattle through here. It's really awesome. And then once we get them in here, we catch them all, and then we just start washing and blowing and make sure they're all clean. We work hair. Usually we'll turn them back outside the pen and drive them back up to their night pens, and they just hang out for the rest of the day. It's everything that I've ever wanted. It's amazing working for an outfit like this. They have really good cattle, and they're very big in the Angus industry, and that's just, I can't believe that I have this job. It's really amazing, and they're awesome people. It's always interesting. Ty is really cool, and I don't know, I've met everyone on the crew, and everyone's super nice. It's been a really good time.
Well, the Krebs team definitely has a busy and exciting week ahead of them here in Denver. We'll be back in just a few moments with more National Western Stock Show coverage.
This special episode of the Angus Report, coming to you from the historic Stadium Arena at the National Western Stock Show, is brought to you by Neogen GeneSeq, a new brand of partner where DNA testing is powerful, accurate, and affordable.
Welcome back to the Angus Report. Since 1980, the Angus Foundation has sold a heifer each year at the National Western to raise money for youth scholarships, and they're unrestricted funds and very valuable to the foundation. Each year, the heifer is generously donated by outstanding Angus herd, and this year it's donated by the ELDON Krebs family of Gordon, Nebraska, which we're deeply grateful for.
The foundation heifer this year is, she's a basin pay weight out of the mother of Barstow Cash, the Barstow Queen cow, and I think that female is, to me, one that's pretty unique. She's got a lot of good pieces about her. She's a long spine female that's really good at the ground, really sound on the move, and one that has that nice, sweet maternal look to her front 1/3. Heifer that has plenty of power to her. She has a lot of muscle working from front to rear, and one that I think has a lot of longevity as a cow. I think Eldon and Louisa really dug deep this year, finding a female that is worthy of the foundation female. This is a heifer that I think she's the only one that's ever going to leave the ranch since that mating. That's how special that they think that this one is, and they wanted to offer only the very best for the foundation female this year. Krebs Ranch and Eldon and Louisa and the whole family, and even all of us on the crew. I think we're real proud to be offering this female, with the Angus Foundation, and the funds that it generates, for the youth and the scholarships that are made through the proceeds of this heifer, are really, really important. We're just happy and thrilled to be a part of it, and wish nothing but the best for the Angus Foundation.
Here it is. You're investing in the future right here, and this will be one of the great females that's ever walked into this ring. Here she is. I made her the great KR Queen female. You hear me a lot better. 10, now 20. 40, got 40,000. 30 right back there. Gotta be 40. No, gotta go 40,000. No, 40. 40, now 40. 45. Now 45,000. I sold her for $65,000. There's 65,000.
So we were getting ready for the bull sale, and we were number 5 in line to sell. And all of a sudden, I get a wave from my brother. He's like, "Come to the backdrop. I just bought the foundation female heifer." And I'm like, "What?" And so we go over and we take a picture, and my brother leans over to Eldon, and he goes, "I just bought it because I wanted to have my picture taken with you." And so he and Eldon had their little talk and smooch. First of all, we believe in the industry and providing youth with reasons to be part of the industry. But also, I was one of the very first chair people to ever host the National Junior Angus Show in Denver, Colorado. So it's always been a huge passion of mine to be part of the industry. The value the heifer will bring to our program is we're a little bit different cow family, number one. And just to kind of improve our breed, she'll be another donor within our herd. And it's just an exciting thing to be a partner with the Krebs Ranch.
The Angus Foundation heifer sale tonight was another exciting fundraising event for the Angus Foundation, with the proceeds supporting our education, youth, and research programs. We're very appreciative of the Krebs Ranch and the Krebs family of Gordon, Nebraska, for donating the outstanding KR Queen 8213, and certainly want to say thank you to our buyers, Rick Smith and TARI HOAGLAND of Lakeview Farm in Meade, Colorado. Again, we can't say thank you enough to the donors and the buyers, and also the continued bidders on the heifer this evening.
This special episode of the Angus Report is brought to you by Neogen GeneSeek, a new brand of partner where DNA testing is powerful, accurate, and affordable.
From coast to coast, Angus producers brought their best genetics to what is truly considered to be the Super Bowl of livestock shows. Let's take a closer look at the show results.
The National Western Stock Show is a family affair for Krebs Ranch. Family members of all ages stay busy throughout the week as they participate in various events from the yards to the hill.
So in addition to the cattle that we're going to exhibit here, we're also going to do a little judging here. And this year I judged the Junior Limousine Show up on the hill, and down in the yards I will judge the pin bulls for the Maine Anjou breed. Traditionally, someone from the family ends up judging something while we're out here, and it's a fun part of the business that we enjoy, evaluating livestock and judging livestock. And I think it all goes back to the fact that we like looking at good livestock, whether it's at our place or if you have the honor to do it at a show like this, being asked to go in and sort cattle for another breed. And ELDON has judged a lot of shows around the country and in different countries over the years, and continues to do so. And also now we're kind of following in his footsteps and doing a lot of judging ourselves. I can't think of anything that's more prestigious than the opportunity to judge here at the National Western, and it's the history of it. We're in our 104th or 5th year of the National Western Stock Show, I think, and you just think of all the people that have stood in that ring before you and have judged all those shows and all those cattle before you, and to be able to do a small part of that yourself and to be part of that history and tradition is truly pretty special, and we're real grateful to ever have the opportunity to judge any show, but especially here at the National Western. So today I got to work with the junior kids in the limousine breed, and whatever breed that you're working with, it's a neat opportunity to get to work with the youth of that breed. And there's two different kinds of exhibitors, I think, when you're a kid coming up. There's kids that are doing it for a hobby, similar to any other extracurricular activity, sports or some other event that they're involved in. And that's probably as far as they're ever going to take it. When they graduate high school, they're going to go to college and they'll do something else. But there will be a segment of these kids that are going to make a career out of it. And try and keep that in mind when you're judging that. And I think it's very important to always be very positive and very encouraging of those kids. Not only just from a manner standpoint, but to think about those are the future breeders and potentially people you could be doing business with 10 or 15 years down the road, and people that are going to be the movers and shakers in the next generation. And so keeping all that in perspective, I think, is important, and I think it's good to keep that in mind because it really demonstrates the value of these junior shows in our breed and in other breeds as well.
Well, we've been coming to Denver for forever, I guess, and it being coming in after my grandpa and my dad is pretty cool. I just like going to the Wall of Champions, showing my friends all the pictures from champions, reserves, and it's clear back from the 70s. And this year we brought about 38 Angus and Herefords, and about Angus would probably be the funnest, getting up at 3 o'clock on show days and washing all of them and betting them all. At the time, I was gonna show Angus, but you had to be 9 to show Angus. You only had to be 7 to show Herefords. So we went and found a good Hereford heifer for me. We started showing her, and so that wasn't enough, and so we got 2. And we just started showing, and by the time I was old enough to show Angus, we've had great Herefords, so we just kind of off and on showed Angus. My favorite part of Denver has probably been when I had reserve champion heifer, because that was just really big to me. Donating the foundation heifer, I guess we were all kind of nervous, but not really, because at first she was just nervous as well, but after working with her in the barn every day, so we were pretty happy. I wasn't always there to break her, but we washed her probably every other day before Denver.
Up next, we take a look at one of the most long-standing traditions for the Krebs family in Denver. Stay with us.
This special episode of the Angus Report is brought to you by Neogen GeneSeq, a new brand of partner where DNA testing is powerful, accurate, and affordable.
Welcome back to the Angus Report. Competing in the Pen and Carload Show is a decades-long tradition for the Krebs family. 2019 marked another notch in their fence post to showcase the quality and consistency in their breeding program through this event.
This year for the 2019 National Western Stock Show in the Angus division, we bought a carload which consists of 10 bulls. And we also bought 2 pens of 3s, a set of March calves, and a set of fall bulls. And there we only show 3 head, where you can bring an alternate along, but it's just case maybe if something slips or something down here. But we just got done completing with the carload show. The carload show in this deal involves 3 judges. What was really special for us of winning the carload All 3 judges had picked our carload, so it was a unanimous decision. We've probably showed carload bulls down here for 30-some years. We do take the bulls home for our production sale, which is February 21st. But we've been very fortunate in the carload and pin shows of being fortunate enough to win it several times. We haven't the last few years. We've been reserved, so this year's special for us by winning it. It's a long-range program. I mean, you know, we keep our eyes open for what bulls all summer, and then about weaning time, when we start weaning the bulls, we'll start pulling a few the special ones and the ones we like off. And we don't really do too much to them at home. We get them halted broke. We just do it with the help we have at the ranch. But then we have a couple of guys that has helped us for years come down for extra help. They stay here all week and help prepare them. And it does take a lot of work once you're here. You know, we wash them a few times at home, get them roughly clipped out, and then down here they'll put the finishing touches to them. It's not an individual show. It shows more of your breeding program, the consistency, the uniformity, and I like numbers. The crew that's involved in this is primarily the family. And then we have like 2-3 people, again, short-term help that comes down. And like I said before, they've been with us before, but they get involved with it as much as we do because it's been a history of the ranch that they come with the ranch, you know, to the show here. And, you know, we couldn't do it without them. You know, in years past, we would get maybe more commercial people to come down, but we get tremendous response now from purebred breeders down here looking for new genetics and another source of bulls. It's always exciting to win this show just because you get so much exposure down here. And people, again, will come through the pens and sign up for catalog requests for our bulls if they see something they like. And just the camaraderie down here between other breeders and stuff like that, what makes this special.
Congratulations to the Krebs family on a successful 2019 National Western Stock Show.
Well, it's been another successful week for the American Angus Association here at the National Western Stock Show as we continue to celebrate Angus in the West. Be sure to check out angus.org for more event coverage and also follow the American Angus Association on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube for all the latest news and announcements. Again, thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Clint Mefford.